Hello, my friends, and welcome to another fucking episode of Aggressive Pogo here in the Great League featuring legendary Shadow Hundo Suicune. Let's fucking go. I featured this before. I believe it was on my Instagram, and I might have done a video a couple months ago. I think it was in one of the cups, like Summer Cup or something like that. I can't remember. It definitely wasn't Summer Cup, but it was some small cup like that. Where I featured Suicune, my Shadow Hundo Suicune, and it was a lot of fun, and I wanted to do it again because it's an extremely rare Pokemon to have, and why not feature it? And I only have one move on it, which is Bubble Beam, and I have Ice Fang as a fast move, just in case when I safe swap into it, they bring in those grass types, and the Ice Fangs are going to town, and so you'll see that ends up happening a few times in this game. Definitely had to switch up the team a few times. I wasn't sure what to build around it, and it was very difficult to get some wins in the beginning, but until I finally got comfortable using it, I figured out a technique and what team to build around it, and it worked out very well. So here's some of the battles. I believe I got 10 battles for you guys. Fucking dealing with lag as well was pissing me the fuck off. It was just so bad, man. Swampert coming in, going for the Earthquake after taking out the Galarian Stunfisk. Is this enough? Boom! Yes, it fucking is. And that's a G fucking G. Building up to rank 20. That's the goal right now, as always. As you see, now I have an Azumarill in the lead. My opponent's bringing in a Skarmory. And I'm just going to spam these Bubble Beams. Ice Fangs are doing a decent amount of damage, I guess. We could probably no-shield this and still get Skarmory into the yellow. Yep, no problem. Still getting Skarmory into the yellow, and I'm able to get to another Bubble Beam. So this Skarmory won't be able to do much up against whatever's coming in, and I should be able to fully farm down with whatever I have. And I'm bringing in the Azumarill, and my opponent's probably going to bring that Trevenant back in, and this is probably a Brave Bird, and it is, and I probably could have no-shielded that as well, since it was double debuffed, but you know, fuck it. It is what it is. Trevenant going for the Seed Bomb does a decent amount of damage, probably 50% or more, and that's very unfortunate. And I'm not running Ice Beam on this Azumarill, so it's not looking great. I'm really hoping this play rough is going to be enough, but my opponent makes a catch onto a Swampert. And now I should be able to survive this Hydro Cannon, farm up a little bit, and go for double Hydro Cannon. One to take this Swampert out, and the next one to get the Trevenant extremely low. That way I can hope I can farm it down with the Azumarill, or farm it down with the Swampert. We'll see here. Getting to the Hydro Cannon, and he's like one bubble away, and I'm able to farm down a fucking Trevenant with Bubble, and that is a G fucking G. Azumarill into Galarian Stunfisk. And if you guys are enjoying this content, please smash that like button. It really helps me out. And let's get back into this. My opponent's swapping into the Alolan Ninetales, and I'm staying in with the Azumarill because I don't have a solid answer to this thing. Play rough coming through, getting a shield for my opponent, getting to the second play rough. Does my opponent respect it? And he doesn't use the shield, but I catch the Weather Ball onto the Suicune, and I should be able to farm down, and I'm able to. What does my opponent bring in? And he brings in a Pelipper, and as you can see, these Ice Fangs are doing a good amount of damage. My opponent doesn't know what moveset I have, and so he's double shielding, and this is just exactly what we want. This is fucking perfect. My opponent baiting with a Weather Ball, and it is not enough, and I'm just going to let the Suicune go since Pelipper decided to let go of all of his energy. My opponent has a Galarian Stunfisk in the back, and I'm getting to the Earthquake. This will easily one-shot, and Pelipper is in for a fucking treat, and I don't have to shield this. I could have double shield Flex, would have been really nice, but I'm just going to shield it to be safe. Go for the Hydro Cannon, and that'll definitely be enough to take out the Pelipper, and that is a G fucking G. Now, we have the Galarian Weezing in the lead, and now we're seeing a Clefable in the lead. Isn't that funny? As soon as I put the Galarian Weezing in the front, here comes the Meteor Mash. Like, can't do shit about that. That'll probably almost one-shot me. And I'm swapping out to the Suicune. My opponent brings in a Lurantis. And now I can shield, and I should be able to get a shield back. Ice Fangs are doing so much damage. My opponent's probably going to shield this and try to farm me down, or actually throw a move. And this is beautiful. The grass coming out and the Ice Fangs are absolutely destroying it. And now I'm super fucking loaded on energy. Going for the play rough up against this Clefable. Does he respect it? And we get the shield. Getting to the overheat. Is this enough to take it out? Oh, nearly enough. The Meteor Mash will be enough. Clefable will give me another Mud Shot for the Swampert. And I'm hoping I can take out this fucking Dugong. Getting to the Earthquake. My opponent farming up. This is not looking amazing. And it's a liquidation. And I'm able to get to the Hydro Cannon anyway. This will be enough to take out the Dugong. There's a Clefable in the back. And the Mud Shot is enough. And that is a G fucking G. Holy shit. What a game. That was insane. Lantern into Lantern. You hate to see the mirror match. I can't stand mirror matches, but here the fuck we go. Going for a Thunderbolt, and I'm just taking it to the face. No fucking problem. Going for a Thunderbolt of my own. My opponent actually shields, and I'm thinking I can just go straight Thunderbolt. He's probably going to throw Surfs at this point. I'm expecting him to throw Surfs, and so I'm just going to let it go. And it is a Surf, and he's probably just going to end up throwing another one, and he does, and that's beautiful. Getting rid of all of his energy, and we got a shield as well. And now I'm going to go for a super hard farm down. Gonna shield this, knowing it's just a Surf anyway, but I want to preserve health, and I'm just going to go for a hard farm, but I'm unable to make it, and I've overfarmed a little bit anyway, so throwing this play rough is no problem. My opponent double shielding the Lantern, not wanting to see the Galarian Weezing. What does he have in the back? Able to farm down and get a shit ton of fucking energy. And there's a Registeel in the back. Overheat, doing a shit ton of damage. And I have nowhere to use the Suicune. And so I need to just bring it out, I think, right now. And I'm going to farm up. And I'm gonna catch the move on the fucking Suicune, which is probably an Ice Punch, which is absolutely beautiful. And like I said, I needed somewhere to use the Suicune and soak up some energy, and here the fuck we are. My opponent running Power Up Punch and Ice Punch, and that is perfectly fine with me. Going for the Bubble Beam, lowering that attack after it's been buffed, and I'm hoping I can get to another move, but I'm unable to. And now I should have just threw the Overheat. Super risky play, but the Ice Punch is not enough. Getting to the Overheat anyway after one Fairy Wind, and that is a G fucking G. Galarian Weezing going to town. Damn. So fast, so spammy. Taking out a Registeel, a Fairy taking out a Registeel. You love to see it. Overheats are just so good, and with Fairy Wind, he gets to it so quickly. They really need to bring Galarian Weezing back to raids. That way I could get a better IV one and put it into the Ultra League. My opponent bringing out a grass type once again. We're seeing this, and look how beautiful that is. Getting double shields, bringing it down into the yellow health, almost red. You love to fucking see it. Absorbing the Leaf Blade, and I'm probably gonna shield farm all the way down. Oh my god, Galarian Weezing is about to go off. Diggersby coming through, going for the Overheat. How much damage? And it does almost 50%. Bringing in the Lantern, getting to a Thunderbolt up against the Wigglytuff. And I'm thinking I'm gonna have to overfarm a little bit. I should have probably undercharged this and try to get to a Surf up against the Diggersby, but the Thunderbolt's not enough anyway, and I'm able to get some energy, and this is perfect. And even if Diggersby actually throws energy, I was going to say if he farms me down, he might have a chance, but now after just fucking throwing energy there, this game is over. Able to get to the Overheat so fucking quickly, and that is a G fucking G. Dude, Galarian Weezing is a problem, and I know this is a Suicune video, but damn, bro, damn. Into a Nidoqueen, and I'm just going to spam these Surfs out, checking to see if my opponent's going to swap, but he doesn't. And now I have to be careful for these Earth Powers. I'm swapping straight into the Suicune. My opponent's building up energy, swaps out after using a shield, brings in an Umbreon, and now I'm just going to debuff the fucking shit out of this little Umbreon. Like, foul play, not doing enough, and after another Bubble Beam, it's probably still not going to be enough to take me out. And I'm hoping I can get to a third Bubble Beam, but I doubt it because he's going to outpace me. getting to the next foul play, and it's not enough to take me out, but I think he'll be able to farm me down, and he's not able to, getting to another fucking Bubble Beam, and my opponent letting it go, not using that last shield, and I should be able to farm all the way down with the Fairy Wind, which is absolutely insane. Gonna come out of here with so much energy, which is fucking beautiful. My opponent swaps into a Tentacruel and locks himself in, going straight for the Thunderbolt. This will be enough to take him out, and he uses the last shield, and all I have to do is shield here, get to another Thunderbolt, and it'll be more than enough to take this Tentacruel off the fucking screen. Going for the Thunderbolt. Was I correct about the damage? Get the fuck off my screen. And the Nidoqueen's coming back in, and the Poison Fang is enough to take me out, and I'm hoping this overheat is gonna be enough because he's part Earth, and it is enough. And the Umbreon's coming back in. My opponent quits, and that is a G fucking G. Realizing Umbreon can do absolutely nothing, and I still have a shield as well. Into a Talonflame, can't do much up against that. My opponent swaps into a Credilli, and these Ice Fangs are doing super effective damage, and I don't think my opponent knows my moveset. Going for the Bubble Beam. Does he shield? And we get a shield back, and I'm thinking at this point I can probably double shield, farm all the way down, have energy and debuff whatever is in the back, and I'm able to farm the Credilli down. Let's fucking go, Suicune, let's go. Getting to the Bubble Beam, up against the Sandslash. My opponent realizes that I only have one move. He's letting it through, but I'm gonna debuff the fuck out of this Sandslash, and at this point, nothing he throws is gonna hurt. If it's an Ice Punch, it's not gonna be enough. Drill Run definitely will be. Bringing in my Lantern, and yes, Drill Run is gonna hurt, but he can tank it better than the Galarian Weezing, especially since he's double debuffed. Going for the Surf. I think at this point, my opponent quits. Yeah, I believe he quit right here, realizing that he's not going to be able to get this win, and so he lets it go. I think he closed this app at this point. Yeah, and the Talonflame is coming in. Getting to the back-to-back Surf just in case my opponent jumps back in the game. You never know. And I think he could have actually won this match, but he decided not to play it out, which is really weird. He still had a shield, so don't really understand that. Also, this surfing pose is fucking amazing. I absolutely love it. It's fucking hilarious. The surfing pose is the best update Pokemon Go has done in the last year. Don't quote me on that. My opponent getting to the Icicle Spear, and I'm going for this overheat. It's going to do a shit ton of damage, and it lands, and now I'm farming down with the Suicune Ice Fang. My opponent brings out a Metachan, and we lure it out, and now we're going to be able to debuff the shit out of it, just like we did the Umbreon. And even though he's going to power up Punch, it's just going to keep equaling out, because we're just going to go back and forth with the buffs and the nerfs. So here's probably another power up Punch. And now I'm going to hit the Bubble Beam on him, and he's going to be right back at stage 0. And it's just... And the Fire Fangs are doing a decent amount of damage. We got him into the yellow. We got both shields. It's insane. Trying to catch a move on the Galarian Weezing. My opponent doesn't throw. He allows me to get to an overheat, and I almost one-shot the fucking Nidoqueen. And that is a G fucking G. Dude, I had so much fun running Suicune. Please, my friends, hit that like button. I work so hard on these videos, and it really means so much, and it allows my videos to be seen by many others, so please smash that like button. I love you and appreciate the support. Let's fucking go. Hundo, Shadow, Legendary Suicune. You love to see it. Who's running this? When have you ever seen this? You've never seen this before. Give me some fucking love. Come on. Going for the Bubble Beam up against the Alolan Sandslash. Once again. Oh, my opponent brings in a Whimsicott. What am I talking about? Did he have that the whole time? I'm not even sure. Look how much these Ice Fangs are doing. Oh my god. And I'm letting go of the Suicune, just destroying the Whimsicott. Holy shit. Bringing in the Weezing, able to farm down. My opponent has 0 shields, and now a Lantern is coming in, and I have the Play Rough ready, and I want to lower his health. That way, my Lantern is behind on energy, but up on health. And the Thunderbolt comes through, and now I'm going to overfarm. Surfs will do absolutely nothing. This Thunderbolt will be enough to take it out, and we'll have energy for whatever is in the back, which is the Alolan Sandslash. Getting to another Thunderbolt. Will this be enough to KO? and it's not, but we have a shield, and we should be able to farm down or throw the surf. I decide to let the... Oh, never mind. I decide the shield last second. Getting to the surf. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That's a G fucking G. Smash that like button, and I will see you in the next fucking episode.